Hello everyone. In this video I am going to provide a solution to 4 questions based on factorizing polynomials. We will encounter coefficients, variables, and exponents or powers, right? Or some of them we call them with bases, some of them we say, we use words interchangeably. I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible, but these are the 4 questions that I am going to answer in this video. Number 1. Our first step for each of them will be to find the greatest common factor. And to do so, we need to know what are factors of numbers, right? So we have 6. We're going to look at the numbers only for now. 6, 12, and 3. Let's not focus on the signs of those numbers, which is the same as the direction in which they go, whether they are positive or negative. We are only placing emphasis on the values, not their directions. Of these 3 numbers, the highest common factor will be 3. Our next step will be to look at the variables or the letters. We're looking to see if they are common as well. They must be seen in each of the parts. So we have c raised to the power of 3, c raised to the power of 2, and c to the first power. When we identify the variable or the letter, we look for the one with the lowest power. The lowest power is the power of 1, so we will only write c. Then we move to the other one. We have d. d squared, d. The lowest power is 1, so we will write d. Now we have just found our greatest common factor among the 3. We are factorizing, all right? Factor, so we have our greatest common factor. Now we need something here, subtract something here, and then we're going to add something else. 1, 2, 3 parts, 1, 2, 3 parts. All right? Now this can be done in several ways. And one of the ways is to divide the polynomial by the greatest common factor. So the first piece will be divided by 3cd, and we will get the answer. The second part will also be divided by 3cd. We'll get the answer, and we do likewise for the third part. All right? So let's go. 3 goes into itself once. It goes into 6 2 times. We have 1c here, and we need to get back 3 of them. So we need to write 2 of them up here. All right? So that when we do the reverse or the check, we will get back our answer. 1d is here. We'll cancel with the 1d, so no other d goes here. So if we say 3 times 2, we get back the 6. c times c squared, we get back the c to the third, and then we have the d. So this part is complete. Let us look at the second part. How many times does 3 go into 12? It goes into 12 exactly 4 times. 1c, and we have 2 c's here. So when 1 goes, we will have 1 remaining. And then we have 1d here and 2 up here. So if we have 1 here, we need to multiply it by another 1 to get back 2. Now the greatest common factor is exactly what we see here. What do I multiply this greatest common factor by to get back itself? You can only multiply it by 1. There is no other number you can multiply it by. Alright? Moving right along. Hopefully by the end of it, you're going to understand it better. Right? So let's move to the next question. What I had emphasized earlier was that we look at the coefficients. 6, 3, and 12. The highest common factor will be 3. We have x to the third, x to the second, and x to the first. I told you we use the lowest of them all. 3 into 6 is 2. X into x cubed will leave me with x squared. 3 into itself is 1. We do not write the 1. X into x squared is x. 3 goes into 12 exactly 4 times. X into x is 1, so we do not write a 1. Going again. Now we have 5, 10, and 35. We can use 5. Let's look at the variables. We have x squared, x, and we have nothing. We have a constant term instead. So x is not common. If something is common, it has to be throughout, not just for parts of the question. It must be for all parts, not just some parts. So only common factor will be 5. 5 goes into itself once. We do not put the 1. We take our x squared. So that when we multiply 5 by x squared, we will get back 5x squared. 5 goes into 10 exactly 2 times, and we have our x. And 5 goes into 35 exactly 7 times. Now our third one might seem a little more complicated, but it's not really. We dissect and we use the same concept of finding our greatest common factor. We have 16, 8, and 12. What is the highest common? 4. Because 4 will go into 16 4 times. It goes into 8 twice, and it goes into 12 3 times. Let us look at the letters now. We have x cubed, x squared, and x. The lowest one is x, which is to the power of 1. So we write x. Let's look at our y's. Y to the fourth, to the second, and then to the third. So the lowest power is to the second. Let's look at our z. First power, third power, second power. The lowest is 1, which is the first power. And we do not put 1. We just leave it just like that. 4 into 16, 4 times. X into x cubed, we take 1 from the power. We have 2 remaining. Y squared into y fourth, we take 2 away. So we will have 2 remaining. Z into z is 1, so we do not write that. 4 goes into 8 exactly 2 times. X into x squared will leave us with x. Y squared will be 1, so we do not write anything. And z goes into z cubed and leave us with z squared. Our last part now. 4 goes into 12 exactly 3 times. X into x, that will go and leave us with 1, so we do not write anything. Let's look at our y's. We have y squared and y cubed. So it is 3 minus 2, which will leave us with 1. Z into z squared will leave us with 1, which is z. Please take your time, review the questions, listen to the explanation, write the solutions down, and attempt additional questions on your own. So that will bring us to the end of this video, and I say thank you for viewing it.